Hello and welcome to the latest edition of Tote Stable Tours, and we are in North Yorkshire visiting Sam England alongside her husband Jonathan, a yard who never seems to be too far away from a winner. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Tote's YouTube channel for all the latest stable tours, and now we'll head over to hear from Sam and Jonathan.
Sam's obviously grew up here. I moved up to work for Sue and Harvey Smith 2011 I think. And then obviously met Sam from there, and she obviously did very well on the point-to-point circuit and under rules. Her father obviously got a permit out so she could run some of those point-to-pointers under rules. And then I think she's obviously always wanted to train, so she naturally, when she stopped riding, got the licence, and yeah, it's just kind of, I know it seems like yesterday really, but yeah.
And what's it like riding for your wife most of the time?
Oh dear, I can't really tell you that on camera. No, it's good. We kind of,
you know all the horses, don't you? So that is it.
Yeah, we kind of never really try and tie jockeys down to too many instructions because there's a lot of variable things that can happen in races. So we always know a rough plan. We know how the horses like being ridden, where the strong points are. So you just try and read the race and try and bring the best out of them on the day that you can really.
Who have we got here?
This is Fenland Tiger. He's owned by my father and his partner. He's been a proper winning machine. You know, a couple of years ago he won over hurdles, over fences. He got a tendon injury, so he got a tendon injury in the Ida 2 years ago, so he hasn't run since then. So yeah, he's on the comeback trail. He's nearly back, kind of fighting fit. He's probably a couple of bits of work off ready to run, so hopefully he can get back to the track in the next month or so. And
he's a real unit, isn't he?
Yeah, he's massive.
Yeah.
I think that's his problem. He was so big as a young horse, but
He went off favourite for the Ida, didn't he? So.
he did. Yeah, I think we were all a bit disappointed that day, but in hindsight, it probably was his leg probably starting to hurt on him on the day, because like I say, he came back and he did have that tendon injury after.
All those like similar staying chases do the
Exactly. Yeah, the further the better. There's a great programme for them up north, Carlisle, Newcastle. So yeah, hopefully if we can keep the wheels on this season, he should run in some good races. This is Glorian Honour. He's been another superstar for us. He's owned by a great syndicate, Ursa Major Racing.
You have quite a few for them, don't you?
Yeah. He won over fences at Hexham in the summer. He was a bit disappointing at Pontefract the other day on the flat, but the race wasn't really. We ended up going too quick basically, and he didn't really enjoy himself. But look, he's one of them. He's probably getting a little bit older, and I wouldn't say wiser to the game. He's just, you know what I mean. He just probably needs things to go his way on the day nowadays. But Sam's just took him down the fields over some of the cross country jumps, just trying to freshen him up a little bit.
So he's one on the flat, one over hurdles, and one over fences. It's going now, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, no, he is. He's been a real superstar, and you don't like seeing any horse run kind of get beat like he did the last day. But probably the flats maybe just not his bag nowadays. We're probably better off just sticking hurdles and fences, and yeah, there's definitely more races to be won with him.
Obviously, a flagship horse for the yard, fantastic. Won some, twice winner at Aintree, twice winner at Utoxeter. He's been a superstar, hasn't he, for the yard?
Yeah, he was. He's like you say, he's an absolute superstar, winning machine. He picked up an injury in the Roland Merrick last winter at Wetherby on Boxing Day, so he's currently recovering from that, but he'll be in and back in work, and hopefully have him ready to run at Aintree in the spring again. Fingers crossed.
He seems to go well on the good ground, doesn't he? And
yeah, he loves it. Yeah. Like I say, he's been a brilliant horse for us, and yeah, knows how to win. Doesn't like the whip for some reason. When you touch him with that, he goes slower and twists his tail. But yeah, if you just get him there at the right time, he knows how to get his head in front.
When you said Aintree, then he was in the Grand National, wasn't he, at one point?
Yeah, we tried to have a bit of a tilt at the National. Obviously he didn't quite get in, but he's been placed in the 100 grand chase there over 3 miles a couple of times. So it might be a bit of a big ask for him coming back off a year off, but we'll do our best to try and get him back there for that, because we know it's a race he can perform in.
Who's this?
This is Little Town Lad. I actually rode him in 2 bumpers for a friend of mine, Callum Bewley and his parents. They owned him. Yeah, he was second in a point-to-point bumper, and then he ran at Ayr. He was just a bit keen on the ground, and then he ran well at Newcastle on his last start. He's a very forward-going type. He's by Casamento, which obviously the same sire as Kinondu Kwetu, so the Racing Profit to Syndicate, they own him. He's going to be a nice horse going forward. Hopefully he'll jump a fence in time, and yeah, looking forward to getting going with him.
Some of these on the list, haven't
Yeah, yeah.
Someone on others on the list as well.
Yeah.
Willie Shake Hands, consistent sort. One at Hexham in May.
Yeah.
Looks a nice. Is a nice horse and looks like he'll be on to favourite improvement.
He's actually behind you here.
Fine.
Yeah, he was
You keep going, James.
when he still is, but he's a lot more manageable. He was very, very headstrong when we got him. It took a long time to kind of not so much get him to settle, just kind of find some middle ground with him where you're kind of not really fighting with him all the time. A fence has probably been the making of him a little bit. It just helps him back off and just take a little bit of a breath in his race and give himself a bit of a chance. Jockey got the tactics completely wrong at Cartmel the last time. We ended up going far too quick and didn't finish. But yeah, he's going to be one for Hexham. I think those, 2 mile chases around Newcastle, Wetherby, your good jumping tests where you've got to have a good cruising speed and kind of keep going should play to his strengths.
Nice horse.
Yeah.
It's got another one. A spot on source, been a really good, again, a good servant. 5-time winner. Won over hurdles and fences. And won well at Sedgefield last time out.
Yeah, no, that was a bit of a surprise last time. Really, we kind of thought off her last couple of runs, the handicapper maybe just had his grip on her. So no, she's been a superstar. She will run. She was in at Southwell today, but we thought we'd roll the dice and go back to Sedgefield instead next Wednesday with her. But yeah, she owes no one nothing, and yeah, she kind of seems to pop up every year a couple of times around Market Raising and Sedgefield and places like that. And yeah, she's just a good fun little horse.
Did you say this lad's not been over hurdles yet?
No, he's not run. He's got a very busy mind. He's got a lot going on. But I think the nature of our place and going out in the field with a few horses and stuff should only help him. And if he just learns to settle a little bit better in his races, he'll give himself every chance. He enjoys that, look at him on the block. But he's probably one, like when we started jumping him, he wanted to do everything at such a speed that, yeah, it was only going to end one way really. So this has been brilliant for him. Yeah, he's kind of ready. Ooh, as soon as we can just get a touch more rain and a few schools down on the grass on him, he's kind of ready to run really.
Fresh and well, isn't it?
like this loose Scotland again, it's brilliant for something like him that that can be very headstrong in the races. The last thing a jockey wants is a horse charging down to the first with them. All they're thinking about is trying to run away with you, and then they get to the hurdle and go, oh God, I've got to jump. Whereas at least if he's done plenty of this, he should. Oh, there's a jump, right, I'll do this, pick my feet up. Yeah, he should be a nice horse going forward, hopefully. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's the type that might just, take him a couple of runs to. Do you know what I mean? He's still very young, and yeah, it's all in front of him. Whatever he does this season probably will only be a bonus going forward for the next couple of years.
Well, it'll just be a plan then, just get a bit of experience.
Yeah, I think like the way he ran in his bumpers, if I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to the race his first time and probably tries to pull far too hard again and maybe just gets tired. And but like I say, there's only so much you can teach them at home. You've got to take them to the track and run them.
Is this just like purely just like a cardio based thing now?
Pretty much, yeah. Exactly the same concept of people swimming, really. Like that horse we've just seen then, going around the loose school, Fenland Tiger. He's done more laps around this pool, kind of trying to build fitness on him and keeping the pressure. Any horses that have had injuries and stuff, you try and like the days you don't need to be on them really and going out doing them little steady canters just so you get them out of the box, they'll be in here instead. And especially when they come in as well, and they're just starting off their light work, they'll be in here most days as well after they've done that. Just doing that bit extra and just puts a bit of muscle on them. Like the flat horses as well, the speedy types that you want to have nice and fresh. You can kind of manage them between their runs, like in here and a bit of lunging steady. Like it's great for building up freshness as well.
Have you always had this as well? There wouldn't be many Northern jump trainers who have their own pool, I don't.
No, we went over. Oh gosh, trying to think now. A good few years ago, when Punchestown was on and saw Gordon Elliott's.
Yeah.
And just the horses we were getting at the time, like still now, there's a lot of the older horses from the horse and training sales can have little niggly issues, and it was just. I just thought it would be a good tool at the time to help us go forward, which it has been, and it continues to be. It's brilliant. We couldn't really be without it. When we empty it, it's probably ready for emptying now, and you kind of a week cleaning it and then a week filling it back up, and then a couple of weeks you haven't got it. You really notice how much we use it.
Like if the winter, if it's bad weather, it'd be brilliant as well, wouldn't it? To get
we still use it when it's when it's really covered with ice and you can't get in it. We wouldn't really try and put a horse in it then, but yeah, it's the same concept like people with the ice baths now and stuff, isn't it? It's a similar sort of concept, and yeah, it just seems to work really well. Vibrating floor,
yeah,
and then there's just some heat lamps above it.
And what's that do?
So we have some horses, so they go on it a lot of the time after they've swum, so they'll go on the walker for probably 15-20 minutes and then they'll just go on there just to get them nice and dry. But like it's great for horses that sometimes come out a little bit stiff and sore and take a good bit of warming up. You can put them on there, and obviously the vibrating floor gets the lower limbs warmed up, and the heat lamps and everything seems to get the muscles on the back nice and warmed up, and you definitely notice the difference riding them coming off that than just kind of if you were just to pull them out of the stable. It's great for the older horses to get them nice and warmed up.
The new purchase,
so the gentleman that owns Saligo Bay with us, he's bought him off his friend who had him in training with Gary Moore, as he did with Saligo Bay.
Okay, yeah.
So we got him the back end of last season. We were hoping to run him in some of them better chases at Cartmel during this summer, but we just feel like he needed a bit of a break really, and Yeah, he's one for those. I think he's probably quite a versatile trip. He's won over 2.5. He's been placed over 3.5. Loves soft ground. The likes of Haydock and Weatherby and all them, you know, real good stiff jumping tracks through the winter should be right up his street. If he happened to slip up in the handicap a bit, back to kind of where he was, he'd probably be a candidate for, you know, Aintree maybe in time.
Could be exciting, then, couldn't it?
Yeah, he should hopefully be. Like he was a graded winner for Gary Moore round Sandown as a novice. Yeah, he's if you guys want to go in, yeah. He's got plenty of back class if we can get him somewhere back near where he was. Like this lad, when you watch some of his races in the last season or two, he has been prone to take offence with him. I think the loose schooling over poles does just help them. Does just help them generally.
It's ironed on it, I suppose.
Yeah. So Thursday is normally just a quieter day for them all, really. They'll come in here and just either have a bit of a lunge or a jump or a few laps to the pool or something. How doing? It makes it a lot easier. Not a lot easier. I feel like it helps jockeys a lot riding them. Like I notice a massive difference in them doing lots of loose schooling. They go down to an obstacle and they know they're a lot more sure with their feet.
He had to sort himself out a bit there as well, didn't he? So
yeah,
you have that in him then,
like he's kind of in the past. He's probably when he's gone down to a fence and he's been a bit wrong, he probably doesn't do a lot and maybe just ploughs through it. But hopefully this will help counteract that a little bit, make whoever's riding him, if it's myself or someone else, life a little bit easier.
Born in the West.
Yeah.
Again, I'm a consistent gelding. He opened his account at Cattrick in March, winning a handicap hurdle. And then he's been some good placed efforts since at Sedgefield and Haydock. He also won a Pikes Point. Is he likely to go chasing this season?
Yeah, that's the plan with him. He's kind of at a similar stage to the rest of them. He's not too far off getting ready to run. Obviously, he's running point to points, so he can jump point to point fences. So yeah, like I say, we've not actually schooled him over fences, but he will have schooled. And like I say, as soon as we get a little bit more rain, we'll get down and get jumping the fences on him. And yeah, that's the plan. Go novice chasing with him this year.
So if you never, even though like they're running points and stuff, even though he's like, would you still school him over fences before you then took him to track just to freshen him up a little bit? Just at the start of the year, just so they've had a look and seen like a lot of the older horses. We kind of, it doesn't do them any harm. But yeah, the majority of them, as soon as they've gone down and seen them, they wouldn't really go down there again for the rest of the year unless they have to. Yeah. We've got another few more. We've got the Grafter. He's yet to win, but shown plenty of promise. He's finished second 4 times. Looks well handicapped, actually.
Yeah, he was. I wouldn't describe him as frustrating. He was another one that was very, very headstrong. Every time he kept finishing second, I thought going on the day, like it'd take I kept thinking how will we be winning, if that makes sense. But yeah, he's a lovely big type. He's not actually here at the moment. He's at a pre-training yard. I think the plan is he's coming back in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, he's probably another one. The plan will probably be to go, novice handicap chasing with him. And if he takes defences, his running style, probably a bit similar to Willie Shake Hands. A fence might just help him take a bit of a breath in his races and, just help him see him out a bit better.
Jedi was in good form last autumn. Finished in the frame on 3 occasions. Not seen since December. Is he back with this season?
Yeah, he picked up an injury. So he's been back to his owners for some rehab. I think he's coming along nicely pre-training. I think the plan is to bring him back into work soon enough.
Would it be enough to play a bit softer ground? Or?
Yeah, it's kind of up for debate a bit. We spoke to Henry a few times. We obviously, his better form was all on better ground, but we've kind of not really actually tried him too much on a bit of softer ground. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he handles it when he comes back in.
Tom Crean, like a veteran stage now, 10 years old, loves it at Sedgefield. That's a really good record, winning there 5 times, 4 placed efforts at Sedgefield. Will the plan be to go back there?
Yeah, Tom Crean's back in work. He's a bit of a yard favourite, everyone loves him. So yeah, his form speaks for itself around Sedgefield really, doesn't it? So we'll keep to his strong points and yeah, get him, he's just come back into work, so yeah, as soon as he's fit and ready to go, he'll be hopefully back showing him how it's done around there.
There all seems to be plenty of meetings to Sedgefield, doesn't there? Plenty handicap chase as well and stuff to target as well, is it?
Yeah, it's one of the bread and butter tracks of the north really, isn't it? So yeah, suits certain horses and yeah, owners seem to, enjoy going and being competitive there.
The only spec that was when we bought him was it had to be grey.
Okay. So you literally had an owner ask for a grey horse?
Yeah, that was the only spec that had to be grey.
And why was it him?
There was only 4 greys in the sale.
And you bid on the other 3?
We bid on one, it's actually been rubbish, I followed it. And then he was actually down in the catalogue as Bay and I saw this white tail flash past me. And I was like, ha ha! You mean little star, aren't you? In some percents. Mm-hmm.
Who loves the flat more out of you two?
We've
You're
had
jumping people, aren't you really? But
we've learned to love it, haven't we?
Yeah. God, I don't know how you put
prize
this.
money's better, I suppose, isn't it?
Prize money's better.
I think getting Trilby was a big eye opener for us. Obviously, he's been a little star of a sprinter. He's slightly kind of lost his way a bit this summer, but he's kind of getting back there now. But yeah, it definitely opened our eyes a lot to the training side of it. There was points with him, and I was like, can't take this horse racing. It's not even half fit, and then he'd go racing and win fairly easily and not even be blowing.
I heard that last time, didn't Trilby?
Yeah, he did. It was quite a competitive race. The winner was probably a fairly decent horse, and he loves the soft ground. I think it can't. Yes, as soon as the rain comes now at the back end, hopefully he'll be back in the winner's circle.
That's a good success on the fact haven't we really done well with
with a handful, which is probably what's maybe just opened our eyes a little bit more to it. And maybe this year we haven't had as many winners, some are jumping, but probably because we've had more flat horses.
keeps it going all year round as well, doesn't it? We've got
Definitely, and it's like a different type of owner as well, and you can go racing more, and it's a lot more social, isn't it? Going to Ripon on a nice day than it is to going somewhere when it's absolutely howling down with rain in the middle of winter.
I think our location as well, really, we'd be silly not to try and pursue it a bit with all the flat tracks in Yorkshire and stuff. And the way summer jumping probably is now, there's not, it's definitely something we need to take a little bit more seriously.
You like a horse like Sligo Bay, which is obviously a good flat horse, and then you can translate that to over hurdles. Won a good race the other day, like a class 2 handicap. Is that what you try and do? So would you buy a flat horse that you can also run over hurdles, or is it?
That's the dream, isn't it?
That's the dream. Yeah, you buy something middle distance horse that can do both.
And then you've always got options, and then if you you go up in one, and then you can switch back to the other, and you can chop and change. But those horses are obviously a little bit harder to find. But yeah, no, he's just been a star, hasn't he? So
he is genuinely just a really nice little horse. I was horrendous on him in the Cartmel Cup. I don't know what I was trying to do, but I definitely didn't achieve what I was trying to do that day. But it probably played to our strengths. If he'd have won then and gone up, he might not have won a better pot the other day at Market Raise, and he'd been carrying a bit more weight. But he's been a superstar for the owners. Obviously, won at Chester, and he's picked up some really decent pots, really.
He won a couple of jockey races, didn't he? Well,
yeah, managed to take me round him on,
What's that like, riding around Chester and stuff like that?
That's different, isn't it? Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. The flat's good. Obviously, I've got a flat license, and I do ride a couple of ours now and again. do think it helps. It helps riding. It helps you riding generally because the flat, everything happens. Everything happens a lot quicker. It's a lot finer margins. I do think the good flat jockeys do make it look a lot easier than it actually is.
Harald's another one who was also mixed hurdles and run on the flat as well. It was a good Fenland Tiger final, sort of back end of last season. Is that the plan to go hurdling again this winter?
Yeah, we struggled a little bit with him, with a bit of an issue with him jumping, and it took us a while to pinpoint what it was and put it right, and since then he's been brilliant. It was probably a bit too quick for him around Musselburgh that day. He's another one that wants a cut. If we get a bit of cut on the flat now back end, we'll probably start back on the flat, and all there's hurdles for him. We can chop and change. There's plenty of options for him.
He's a really nice little horse to have around. He's super polite, super genuine. Yeah, we'll probably try and maybe aim him back for that final at Musselburgh again this year. But yeah, for a flat horse, he actually handles, you know what I mean, proper soft winter ground. He actually loves it.
Good prize money at like Musselburgh and
Yeah, they've increased it, haven't they?
Is that, those like Northern Series things? Then you target them, or is it think?
We try to, because definitely for like the bunch of horses we've got, that's what they're kind of aimed for, and it is a really good pot. If you win one of them, it's kind of paid for the horse's season, so it's definitely something that you need to try and qualify as many horses as you can, and you probably need something slightly progressive with a little bit still in hand. But like I say, I think they've increased the prize money this year, haven't they? And I think quite a few more trainers are aware to it and targeting horses for it, so they're only going to get more competitive.
Jez Bomb's had a good season.
Oh, he's a little star.
Won
He's
3
an
times.
absolute little ripper. He's class. So, and gives his owners some great days out, and you keep thinking he's at his ceiling, and then no, he goes and he pops his head in again. So,
Where did he get his name from? Jezebel.
I don't know why they called him. They called him Jeremy,
Right.
and then they came back with Jez Bomb. I don't know.
He's owned by father and son who are builders.
Yeah, but I don't know why he was called Jez Bomb.
No.
They're just
No, Adam's dad's a builder. Adam runs a stud, doesn't he?
Yeah, they were like, we're going to call him Jez Bomb.
Good name, to be fair.
And then they had another one, and they were going to keep with the weapons idea, and they were going to call her Shotgun Sheila.
They're just a real good bunch of lads. Every time he goes racing, absolutely roaring home from the stands.
Yeah.
When he wins, yeah, they're just... And he, like I say, the little horse, he's...
It's been cracking, hasn't
Yeah, and if anything, he's probably just... He's I say improving, but he's becoming more furnished in himself, and yeah, there's still plenty more races to be won with him.
And what's sort of your aspirations? Because I think you're a really underrated Northern Yard. I think you're a top class outfit, but where do you want to get to with it?
I suppose just keep training winners and have better horses, really. Like, I feel like the standard of horses is always getting better, probably. You obviously like things to happen a bit quicker than they are all the time, but yeah, I think we've just got to keep going as we are and keep trying to source better horses, and yeah, hopefully the results will follow.